Ayun! Wow, grabe. Sobra. 15 viewers. Grabe, 15 viewers agad tayo, no? Wow. Hi guys, good evening sa inyong lahat. Kumusta? So matagal din bago tayo nag-live simula nung nag-audit. You know, hi sa 25 viewers natin ngayon. By the way, naka-live ako Facebook page, group, tapos YouTube channel. And anyone, sinong may idea sa guest speaker natin tonight? Anyone? So guys, meron tayong comment box dyan sa Facebook or saan man kayo ngayon para makita namin dito para ma-address natin yung questions nyo. Yun. Alright. Hi Mike, Rochelle, Jenny, Pam, Joanne. Grabe. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening here. Kumusta kayo? So guys, napakaganda yung topic natin tonight. At itong i-guess ko is napaka-the best sa industriya ng leadership at also ng e-commerce. Okay? So sinong may idea? Sino yung guest speaker natin? Anyone? Wala mo ng idea? 45 viewers. Yun know, bilis. Alright, so without further ado, I guess magsimula na tayo guys. Good evening sa lahat. How's your day going guys? Sana lahat sa inyo nasa maayos na kalagayan. Okay? So sa mga bago lang sa show natin, by the way, my name is Kherk Roldan and this is the show for e-commerce, SEO, Google Ads, and leadership. Kherk Roldan Show was launched to deliver high-quality insights, best advice, and tips from the top experts in the community. So, ayun nga, it's been a while since I last interviewed an e-commerce Lodi or sa larangan ng coaching, business, and I decided na mag-interview ng mga Lodi at bigatin dito sa community every week, like nung dati. Yes, every week guys, mapanood nyo to at mag-aabang tayo dito. Dito lang nyo to mapapanood. So, again, without further ado, meron ng mga nagmo-message dito. Guys, huwag nyo akong i-private chat. Add nyo lang yung comment dito sa sa baba, kahit nasa Facebook kayo. Yan, add nyo lang dito. Okay? Yan, no? So, hindi ko na papatagalin pa. By the way, yung guest speaker natin tonight, he's my mentor. Grabe yung utang na loob ko sa kanya, guys, when it comes to creating the right mindset, managing my team, and scaling my e-commerce business online at marami pang iba. So, I know napaka-busy yung tao to, pero nabigyan niya tayo ng oras para sa interview. At also, despite meron pa siyang leadership na face-to-face gaganapin this coming Friday, dito siya sa atin tonight. Alam niyo ba guys, nanginginig ako ngayon kasi imagine that siya yung talaga nag-speak sa mga masterclass niya, sa mga talk, sa mga guest speaker. Pero ngayon, ako na yung nag-interview sa kanya. Iba talaga yung feeling. Grabe. Woo! Yun nga, introduce ko siya ngayon sa inyo. He's the founder of VoiceBox and also the Louder Movement. So, he also worked with multi-million-dollar companies from America and also UK. So, his name is Josh Vasquez. He's also the author of When Shit Happens and also Transform Your Heart in 27 Days and also Power Sales Team Playbook. Yan na natin siya guys dito sa camera. So, hi brother, good morning.
Hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Thank you so much, brother, for bringing me here.
Kamusta bro? Kamusta?
Doing great, man. Sa lahat ng viewers natin, grabe, I am super excited na makipagkwentuhan sa'yo, Coach, no? Coach Kherk, grabe, you have helped a lot of people as well. And I'm sure madaming nanonood dito sa'yo. Most
Grabe,
of them are your
75 na.
students. Ha?
75 na.
Ayun, we got
Good, no?
75 people watching. Maybe most of these people are, alam mo yun, students of yours, or maybe they're part of your network. But you know, I just came here with one thing. Wala naman tong presentation or anything. This is just an interview. Kwentuhan lang namin ni Coach Kirk. I guess the goal is simple. It's to add value and to make sure na by the end of this talk, by the end of this podcast na pinakikinggan nyo ngayon, may makukuha kayong nuggets of wisdom, maybe knowledge as well, no? But we're just here to serve people. So thank you so much, brothers, the opportunity of bringing me here.
Yun. Salamat din brother kasi pinaunlakan mo yung interview tonight. Guys, ito na yung totoong Lodi talaga pagdating sa leadership, advanced sales, communication, at ang dami ng namomotivate at natulungan or nag-transform yung mga businesses nila sa tulong ng voice box team at also ni brother na Josh. So brother,
Ayan.
uh, ang daming nakakakilala na sa iyo within sa community natin at dun sa mga bago pa lang. Can you tell us about yourself and also sino si Joshua Vasquez before siya naging the Josh?
All right, I love that. Sorry, yung mga questions mo, brother. So yeah, so let's start with that. No, to those people who probably have no idea or very little idea of who I am, what I do. I'd love to see you guys comment. Kung kilala nyo na ako, then congrats. I'm glad that you know me, and I hope that you know we had a conversation before. But bottom line is this, no? I when people say Lodi, I don't really consider that. I actually don't like that word Lodi, brother. No, kasi parang for me, idol, di ba? Idol, yun yung word na Lodi, di ba? Idol. I think for me the only idol is the Lord, of course. No, kasi I don't want to have any other idols. I don't want people worshiping or just following me. Basically, I'm just an instrument. Isa lang akong instrument of the good message. No, and I believe the message is people deserve to be influenced. People deserve to be empowered. People deserve to be activated in this life. Um, I am in the business of transformation. Yan ang ginagawa ko. And what that means basically is I transform people. I transform
Yeah.
people from where they are to where they're supposed to be. And I allow that, sabi nga nila, transformation and transportation business. Bakit? Transportation business meaning kung saan sila ngayon, nililipat natin sila kung nasaan sila dapat. Now, we're not just talking about money. We're not just talking about wealth. We're also talking about their joy, their peace, their love for themselves. And, you know, we see a lot of people commenting. We see a lot of people saying, hey, everything is about money. Everything is about money. Money is a big part of life. Malaking part yan ng buhay natin. But it's not
Yes.
everything, right? It's not
Right.
everything. I believe money is just a tool. So what we teach, it's not just about money. What we teach is also about life in general, no? Specifically, how do you deal with situations sa buhay mo that are hard to handle? Let's talk about anxiety. Let's talk about depression bilang isang entrepreneur. And these are things that are so hard to discuss, especially kung nasa loob ka ng isang room kung saan lahat nagpapataas ng ihi. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Kasi uso 'yun
Yes,
eh.
brother.
Uso 'yun, 'di ba? Na
Yeah.
parang sige, okay, ito kinikita mo, but all right, at the end of the day, do you have joy in your heart? At the end of the day, do you have that part of you that can go home and say, "Wow, I'm fulfilled because I have a great life." And money is just one of the measurements, but it's not the only measurement of it. I am super proud also to say na I came from a not so rich family, middle class lang yung pamilya, but it's good to be, you know, it's good to be the first one to get outside of the poverty culture. No, kumbaga yung mindset, the poor mindset, it's good to be that. Yung tipong nakawala na ako doon sa poor mindset in my family, and I just feel like it's an amazing feeling. I was an employee
Okay.
for 5 years. Empleyado din ako. Before the Josh, I started working at 18 years old. That was my story, no? And then
Okay.
I told myself na, hey, dahil yun nga, nainis ako kasi the employee life, uh, I do not complain, but I felt the pain. Okay? I did not
Okay.
complain, but I felt the pain, and I knew that I could impact more people if I did something sa labas ng you know, like in that four-sided classroom. Sabi ko, I want to influence more people, so I want to build my own team. And that's what I did. Bumuo ko ng team ko. Yun na yung shortcut na, no? We started
Yes.
training we started training people. I started speaking in front of people. I just put myself out there. And then right now, I am focused on helping startup entrepreneurs. A lot of people who are being helped by our team. Madami doon galing sa mundo ng e-commerce because that's one of the business that's really booming right now. And with everything that's booming, of course, may yin and yang yan. May good side and may bad side yan. There are people who are doing it with integrity and there are people who are doing it out of greed. So ang goal namin is matulungan yung mga tao to stay in the integrity side. Matulungan yung mga tao to stick with what they believe is right and not just do things dahil yun yung ginagawa ng iba even though it's wrong already. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I know you have more questions there. Basically, yun. Sana nasagot ko yung tanong.
Grabe 'no, grabe yung story mo. Kahit, hindi mo na iniisa-isa every year yung ano, kung sino si Joshua, pero ramdam ko bro, kung saan ka, paano ka nagsimula based sa mga
Yeah.
discussion natin sa mga previous, classes mo. Bro ano, curious lang ako, did someone coach you or ikaw lang talaga sariling nagsikap? Paano mo
And
nakamit yun?
yeah, that's a good question. I believe if you want to learn something, you gotta look for a mentor. You gotta look for a coach.
Yes.
No, I have what I call kasi dalawa yan eh. May tinatawag tayong organic tsaka composite, no? Coaching, so mentors. So I have a mentor na hindi naman siya malapit sa akin pero siya yung tinitingalaan ko. Siya yung nilulook up to ko. Siya yung taong sinusubaybayan ko and everything that he does, nakikita ko yung sarili ko na someday nandun ako sa position niya. And of course, kung hindi
Okay.
nyo pa kilala yun, his name is Grant Cardone. No? So Grant Cardone is the mentor na malayo sa akin. But also I had people in my life that really served as mentors. I have people who I look up to pagdating sa spiritual life ko. I have someone that I look up to pagdating sa marketing. I have someone na tinitingalaan ko pagdating sa how do you say this? Life coaching, right? So, yeah, there are a lot of people that have mentored me, but isa sa mga pinaka nag-impact sa akin nun was, I guess, the first exposure that I had sa mundo ng training, sa mundo ng pagiging isang speaker is si Anthony Pangilinan. He was the first one, yan, lagi ko kinikwento yan, he was the first one that really influenced me na napaisip ako noon kasi sabi ko, wow, grabe, ang galing. Kahit sobrang galing niya na, kasi naimbitahan ako, I was invited to actually join him sa isang CNN shoot. It was just happened once, no? And I just got so inspired. But I looked up to him. I saw him as a role model. And I told myself, someday I'm gonna be like him. Yung tipong nasa likod kami ng van. May van
Oo.
kasi, van ng CNN. Feeling ko, grabe, wow, nasa likod ako ng van. 'Di ba? Tapos tinanong ako ng driver, sabi ng driver sa akin, "Sir, saan po tayo?" Syempre, sarap sa feeling noon, 'di ba? Nung mga panahon 'yan, mga 19 years old pa lang ako. "Sir, saan po tayo?" Wow! Tinatanong ako kung saan ako kasi binaba siya sa San Miguel. Kasi may ano
Okay.
siya, I think may mga investments pa. Yung building ng San Miguel Corporation, sobrang laki, sobrang ganda. Sabi ko, wow, grabe. Someday, bababa ako dito, makikipag-usap lang ako sa mga tao. It's just amazing. And he has a great family. Ganda ng pamilya niya. Sobrang saya. I see them and he raised great children. And I told myself someday I want to be like that. So I had to look up to someone. Isa siya sa mga una kong tinangalaan. And then I looked up to Sir Francis Kong. Francis Kong
Francisco.
was yung book niya, which is Being the Very Best You Can Be. That impacted me so much. Sabi ko, book pa lang to. That's why I told myself, I'm gonna write a book someday. Which I did. No, which I did. And yun, basically, those are the people that have created an influence sa akin. I did not get someone na parang, I was the one chasing them. Ako yung naghahabol. There was time na message ko pa si Francis, Sir Francis Kong. I was messaging him on Facebook. Iniisip ko na, teka lang, papansinin ba ako nito? And yes, pinapansin nga nila ako. They would notice, no? If you're just really persistent. Those are the people that served as mentors for me. But yung mga taong malapit naman, I think one of the first few mentors that I had were the managers and the leaders na nakatrabaho ko while I was in the corporate.
Okay.
I looked up to them, nakita ko yung pagsuserve nila sa mga tao and I was just amazed. Sabi ko, wow, grabe, ang galing. I want to do that too. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. I see there are a lot of people that I can thank for. Pero I think one thing that really happened sa buhay ko is that I became a student. Like, I
Yes.
stayed as a student. Alam mo yun? Kasi pag feeling mo, alam ko na lahat, alam ko na to, alam ko na to. That's the time when you're gonna lose it. That's the time when you're gonna start being complacent about everything. Tapos lalaki na yung ulo mo, yung ego mo. Papakainin mo yung ego mo, tapos lalaki siya. So, I am trying to avoid that. So, I stay a student. If there's an opportunity to learn, I'm gonna shut up and listen. Yun, ganun.
Grabe, grabe. Yun nga bro, ano, yan din yung ano, na-post ko kanina sa timeline ko sa wall. The only reason you fail when you stop learning. So,
Correct.
and this is great opportunity for me as well, or for the e-com lodies out there, coaches, newbies sa e-commerce, na panay natin bumibili tayo ng mga e-commerce courses, Facebook ads, SEO, pero hindi natin alam ito pala yung isa sa need natin, or yung knowledge natin is enough na pala. Pero I
Right.
mean, enough na yung knowledge natin sa Facebook ads or sa mga
Yeah.
marketing, pero sa aspect na to, dito tayo nagkulang eh. Which is napakaganda bro ng napakaganda ng opportunity na pinrovide mo dito sa e-commerce community.
Yeah.
At yun, for us, para ka na din sila ni Francis Kong, Anthony Pangilinan, at also Grant Cardon. Oy, wow! Only person na licensee ni Grant Cardon. Grabe. Congratulations for that, brother.
Thank you. Crazy,
Grabe.
crazy. Yeah,
And
that happened last year. That happened last year. It was sinubukan ko lang, sabi ko kasi if I don't invest in myself, how can I tell people to invest in them?
yes,
'Di ba? So, sabi ko ako hindi mag-invest. So, yeah, it was a big investment. Pero sinilip ko basically, sabi ko, how does it work? Like, one thing that really I got there was the connection. Sobrang importante, guys. That's why when you attend events or when you try to get into a master class, uh, yung learning sobrang bonus na lang yun eh.
mm,
Ang pinaka kailangan mong hanapin is yung yung connection sa mga tao. Uy, naging classmate ko yan sa ganyan. Uy, nakasama ko yan sa ganyang masterclass. Kasi yun yung yun yung pangmatagalan eh. 'Di ba? And then you will have people who will be accountable with you. I still have friends from the licensee until now. And friends from Australia, got someone from the US, London, iba-iba eh, kasi worldwide yun eh. So I told myself na grabe no, ganun din talaga yun na kung sino yung mga tao na gusto mong makasama, for example, gusto mong makasama yung mga taong nasa level 5 na, no? Syempre, hindi ka bibili ng general admission na ticket. Kasi yung mga nasa general admission na ticket, malamang sa malamang nasa level 1 yan. Yung mga taong nasa level 5 na, 'di ba? Sila yung mga nandun sa VIP. Kaya ikaw mag-invest ka sa VIP, bibili ka ng diamond ticket kasi ang gusto mong makasama, ang gusto mong makatabi, makasalamuha is yung mga taong ganun din yung binili nila. So, it's just a sharing of energy na feeling ko sobrang importante nun.
grabe, grabe. Thank you for that, bro. At curious lang ako, bro. And as someone na experts sa pag-influence ng mga lives of others, minsan ba nawalan ka rin ng motivation sa buhay o sa career mo? And how
Ooh.
do you handle it?
Man, I love that question. Grabe, wala pa masyado nagtatanong niyan. But, grabe. Yeah. The answer is yes. Like, every day is a battle. You know, like, every day is a battle. Every day is an opportunity for me to quit or to continue. Ganun lang yan eh. Lahat tayo, it's either you quit or you continue. Opportunity mo yan. Ano yung pipiliin mo? Now, how do I overcome that? I just remind myself of what's in the future. Yun lang. I have something that pulls me. Kasi minsan pag pinupush mo yung sarili mo, dragging ka na eh. Remind yourself of why you're doing it in the first place. O, narinig natin lahat yan. Oh, why, yung mga ganyan. Hindi, pero totoo guys eh. If walang bagay na hihila sa'yo palapit sa future mo, hindi ka ma-inspire. Kaya dapat yung mga goals natin, yung mga future natin, yan yung yan dapat yung sobrang laki that it pulls you forward. Because if you just have average goals and dreams and targets, wala eh. Parang maboboard ka eh. Like, oh, okay lang kahit hindi ko makuha yan. Diba? But it has to be so sexy. It has to be so enticing na parang once you're there, oy nako, ang ganda na yung discuss ko niyan, yung 5 whys. I-discuss ko yan by the way dun sa masterclass natin.
Yun, no?
Um, pero once na maano mo, once na makuha mo na, kumbaga, okay, wow, ito yun eh. Ito yung hinahangad ko eh. Bakit ako mag-quit? Bakit ako titigil kung may hinahangad ako? Yeah, that's something. But as someone who motivates a lot of people, yeah, I'm not exempted from feeling drained out. I'm not exempted from feeling tired. But I have the systems. I learned the systems, which is what I share to people as well. Systems that actually would allow me to bounce back faster and get out of the emotion kagad. No, may mga ganun kasing moments eh. That's why you have to get out of it immediately. So, yeah, to answer your question, yun.
Yun. Grabe. Grabe ka power. Bro, speaking of mission, vision, and goals, so gaano ka-importante kung meron kang clarity and commitment sa isang business?
Okay. Super important. That's everything you need. If you're not committed, sabi nga nila, creativity follows commitment. If you're committed, you can do anything. So let's start first with clarity, no? Kasi you mentioned too, clarity and commitment. Let's start first with clarity. When you talk about clarity, we're talking about you seeing what you desire. Na sobrang linaw niya, kaya mo siyang i-explain kahit sa bata. And for me, you cannot lead other people because since our topic is leadership, you can't lead other people if you don't know where you're going. It's
Yes, I
hard.
agree.
It's so hard to lead people if you don't know where you're going. Dadating sa panahon, you're gonna have challenging conversations. And yung mga challenging conversations na yun, it could be about an employee na nawala ng motivation, an employee na gusto na mawala sa'yo, an employee who wants to quit. And then you're not gonna have a reason or you're not gonna have a something to tell them kasi wala kang vision eh. So, hindi mo madedefend yung company, hindi mo madedefend yung sarili mo because you don't have a vision in the first place. But if you have that vision, you can remind that person na, hey, teka lang. Remember nung hinire kita, sabi ko dito tayo pupunta. Hindi mo ko iiwanan kasi may pupuntahan pa tayo eh. So don't tell me na last mo na to. Don't tell me na ayaw mo na. We're gonna keep going. So, that's what I tell people. It's so important to have clarity because if you don't know kung saan ka pupunta, it's gonna be hard for you to bring people with you as well. And then commitment. Commitment means you burn the ships. Tanggalin mo na lahat. Once you say it, you do it. You burn the ships. Tumawid ka sa isla gamit yung bangka. Sunugin mo yung bangka. You stay in that island. You do whatever it takes to make that island your home. Yan.
Grabe, power yun, brother. Grabe. You know what? Every time na kinakausap kita, bro, always ako nag-learn. So, thank you. Grabe, meron na tayong 145 viewers. Guys, okay, di ba? So, kung saan man kayo
Comment
ngayon, you
naman
can also
kayo.
ask your,
Comment.
yes, you can comment dito ano yung mga questions nyo regarding sa leadership, um, para ma-answer yan ni brother na Josh. Alright. Okay, may nag-comment dito sa isang group. Guys,
Ayan.
you can click yung link sa StreamYard para makita yung comment nyo dito sa Kasi
Yeah.
pag
We
hindi
want
nyo
to
siya
see you.
i-click, doon lang kayo sa sa pages or sa group kung saan man kayo ngayon. Alright. So, isang question dito. Ito. How do you describe the weight or responsibilities of a speaker daw?
Oy, ba't hindi ko nakikita yung mga tanong na yan? Nasaan yan, bro?
Sa page.
Page
Guys,
mo, page
i-add
mo?
nyo dito sa, yes, oo. Kasi
Ganda ng
multiple
tanong na
pages
yan,
to.
eh.
Guys,
Ay,
add nyo
nako.
din dito. Click nyo yung link para makita natin. Yan.
Saan yan? Ano yan? Sa page mo, no?
Yes, brother.
Okay.
How would you describe the weight or the responsibilities of a speaker?
One word, crazy. Whoever
Why?
said that, no, one word, it's crazy. Because when you become a speaker, no, you are a living experiment and at the same time testimony to what you say. I don't like, diba sabi nila, walk the talk. I rather talk about what I already walked. So it's hard to walk the talk. Because when you're gonna walk the talk, mamaya, kung ano yung sinabi mo, saka mo palang gagawin, no? So I rather talk about those things that I already know, that I have already experienced. So that's what I keep now. That's what I talk about. So, for example, in my conversations, I'm not an expert of everything. A speaker is never an expert of everything. A speaker's role is simply to influence. It's simply to cause people to think and reconsider their choices. Kasi as a speaker, as a communicator, ang goal mo is to create that transfer of energy, transfer of knowledge sa mga tao so that you create an impact in them. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the subject matter expert, right? Because sometimes you can be a facilitator, sometimes you can be a trainer, sometimes you can just be a teacher, sometimes you can be a coach during the entire session. Iba-iba yan. May mga hats na sinusuot yan. But speaking is an art. And I believe
Yeah.
one of the biggest skills na pwedeng matutunan at dapat matutunan ng isang leader is the art of speaking. It's the art of communicating. Communication can save you a lot of money, and it can also cost you a lot of money. So the weight of being a speaker, very heavy, very heavy. I can't even describe it. Like, because people would look at you, and one sometimes there will be times you're gonna feel like, oh, I feel like, do I deserve to talk about this? Papasok yung mga imposter syndrome sa'yo. Kaya lang, the moment that, and I teach this in my public speaking classes, no? Sabi ko, the moment that you're gonna feel nervous, the moment that you're gonna get that imposter syndrome is when you try to think of a taking attitude instead of a giving attitude. What does that mean? It means that when you try to speak, ang goal mo is to get the approval of people. So when you feel that, dapat makuha ko yung approval nila, dapat makuha ko yung likes nila, dapat makuha ko yung mga hearts nila. If you think about that, kakabahan ka. Why? Because there's a
Yeah.
risk. Baka hindi mo makuha. Do you understand that? Baka hindi mo makuha. That's why as a speaker, you're gonna get nervous dahil baka hindi mo makuha yung ina-expect mo na ibibigay nila sa'yo. Now, reverse that. Instead of thinking you want to take something, you want to get their approval, try to shift your mind. That's going to be a mind shift. And instead of thinking that I want to get, start thinking I want to give. So as a speaker, kailangan mo maintindihan that your goal is basically to give what you have. It's to simply give what you have from the perspective of service. Pag nakuha mo, pag naintindihan mo yun na binibigay ko to because I wanna serve you, tanggapin mo man o hindi, okay lang, mahal pa rin kita. Hindi ka nakakabahan. Kasi ngayon, wala ka expectation sa taong yun. Kasi ang mindset mo lang is, gusto ko lang ibigay sa'yo, kaya hindi ako kakabahan. Gusto ko lang i-share sa'yo ito eh. Hindi ako kakabahan. Whether approve mo hindi, gusto mo sa akin or hindi, okay lang. Mahal kita, gusto kong magbigay. Because I just have a service, I just have a heart of giving, I just have a heart of service. That's why I am not nervous, I will not feel the imposter syndrome because my goal is just to say, yes, I want to help you. Here's what I know, ibibigay ko sa'yo. There.
Grabe, super powerful nun, brother.
Totoo
Yun
yun.
na,
So,
Mary. Yun. Okay, okay ba,
I hope
Mary?
I hope na nakukuha nyo, no? Mag-comment naman kayo if you guys are getting it.
Yun, no? Grabe. Thank you for that, bro. Uh, curious ako, bro, dito. If you are not a business and a leadership coach ngayon, where do you think you see yourself in?
Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's a good question. I'd I'd still be training people. I think so. Yeah, I would still be training people, but maybe not at this scale. I'd probably be training people sa loob ng mga companies. No, I'd still be there. I'm living a comfortable life. Um, yeah, but I think hindi mawawala na I would still be speaking in front of people. It's just a calling eh. Alam mo, like I want to do this, I want to do this. So I would be doing that. I'll still be leading and speaking to people. Yun nga lang mas may limitations. Um kung hindi ako nagtrabaho ng maaga, I think baka natapos ko yung broadcasting ko na degree. Maybe nasa kalsada ako ngayon, naghahanap ng mga news. No?
Wow.
Baka nagpapaulan ako tapos naghahanap ng story. Kasi gusto ko dati maging newscaster. Akala ko pag nag-broadcasting ka, diretso ka na dun sa, ayan, ganito. No? Sabi ko, okay man, di man ako graduate, no? Ako na lang gagawa ng sarili kong video. Right? I may, they're not gonna put me in front of the camera. They're not gonna put me on TV. I'll put myself on TV. Diba? I'll put myself in front of the camera. Sabi ko nga, I don't just want to make the news. I want to be on the news.
Grabe.
Yeah.
ano yung pinaka-challenging factor as a leadership coach?
Oh, there's a lot. No, there's a lot. Let's do internal first. So internal meaning sa loob ng company. It's making sure that everything that you say, you make it a point that you're consciously practicing it. No, so that's one. Second, external. External naman meaning pag-deal sa mga clients. I think one of the challenges is the lack of alignment. Kasi because I have people that we serve, marami kaming tao na sinuserve that when they get training from us, ina-expect nila magic kagad. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna get this training. And then they're gonna expect that their culture's gonna, magic na kagad, naayos na. And then they're wondering, bakit ganun? Ba't parang hindi naayos? Because there's no follow-through. Like, iniwan lang nila yung team nila, the CEO doesn't even, care about what they learned. So, dapat may follow-through. I think that's one of the challenges. Pag hindi aligned. That's why we choose people that we work with. Sino ba yung makakatrabaho namin? Because we want to see results for people. We want to see, hey, nice, na-apply nila to, nice, good job, keep going, keep going. So yun, those are the challenges, I guess.
Yes. Since we discuss expectations or something like that, um, ano yung mga expectations mo bro for your listeners or audience sa mga listeners mo, audiences sa mga masterclass, ano, yung expectation mo?
Expectation ko sa kanila?
Oo.
Um, well, okay. Realities, like realistically, I'm expecting that they're gonna think that they know it already. That's number one. Okay. But what I hope to have from them is I hope na they would have an open mind to see what they haven't seen yet. To just ask themselves na teka lang, what's the value dito sa napapakinggan ko? Because the worst, there are always two types of people. Someone who tries to listen pero hindi niya naman naintindihan. And the reason kaya hindi niya naintindihan is because at the back of his head, that person is always trying to look for something to criticize. And there's another type of person na, wow, grabe na gets ko yan. In-apply ka agad yung mga natutunan niya. So, I always want the second type of people. Pero as a facilitator, as a speaker, as a coach, you would always get people in number one. May mga tao talagang ganun. There would always be people who think that, hey, I already have this results. I already have this, I already have that. And they would think that they know it na. Which is okay lang, 'di ba? But at the end of the day, I always believe that when you are in my class, when you are in my session, everyone's a learner.
Yes.
Like we are all equal here. And I set that the expectations. So yun.
Yun, no? So yun guys, advance na yon sa mga mag-attend ng leadership masterclass this coming Friday. Friday yun, brother, no?
Correct. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes,
Yeah,
since we
Friday,
discussed
Saturday, and
about it,
Sunday.
bro, can you please tell us more about the leadership masterclass this coming Friday?
Sige, sige. So to everyone who's here, no, and you just want to have um maybe you already have a team and you're thinking, you're actually asking yourself na teka lang, hey, I want to improve my leadership. Most of the time hindi mo masasabi sa sarili mo yan because the things that we focus on are the things that people talk about only. Kumbaga kung ano lang yung mga pinag-uusapan ng mga tao, yun lang din yung pinag-uusapan mo. Or yun lang din yung iniisip mo. And ano ba yung mga pinag-uusapan ng tao? People talk about products. People talk about promotions. How can you promote? How can you market people? How can you market your products? Yun yung mga pinag-uusapan lagi ng mga tao. But what people rarely talk about are two things. They don't talk about the process. They don't talk about people. Ibig sabihin, hindi nila pinag-uusapan kung paano ba mas pagandahin pa yung mga proseso nila in terms of how they deal with the people inside their company. Before this, brother, I just had a coaching session with one of my leaders. And, it's always important to have that coaching. It's always important to have that time, even though like super busy namin, like everyone's busy prepping for the event, like very busy. But, no, but you can't skip it. You can't skip it. Sobrang importante niya. I call it the pit stop. Alam niyo yung mga Ferrari, like, yung mga Ferrari na sobrang bibilis, 'di ba? Nag-uunahan yung mga Formula 1, yung mga Formula 1 na sasakyan. May tinatawag na pit stop yung mga tao. Pit stop is A few seconds lang yun, no? Grabe ko ba, kung search niyo yan sa YouTube, makikita nyo, ilang segundo lang, hihinto lang ng saglit, no? Magpapalit ng gulong, tapos tutuloy ulit. Ganon yung ginagawa
Lapit
nila.
na.
Familiar ka ba, bro? Diba? And the
Yes,
reason
bro.
why they're doing that, is because alam nila na kapag hindi siya huminto at nagpatuloy, posibleng pumutok, mapudpod yung kanyang gulong. Maaksidente pa siya. That's why they know and they understand that it's important to have a pit stop. Maybe you're a business owner and saying, teka lang, do I need this? Well, ask yourself, do you think you're performing to your full potential already? Or do you think there's more? Because if there's more, then go ahead, ask me about it. Check it out, diba? But if you feel like you're doing good na, if you're feeling mo okay ka na, then congrats. But if you know that there's something more to what you're doing in your business, in terms of sa team mo, in your sales, then ask yourself, what is this worth to me? Kaya ko pa bang patagalin to? And I can tell you a lot of things, pero grabe bro, yung utak ko sa sabog kasi ang dami kong i-share sa
Lapit.
Level Up
So,
Leadership Masterclass.
guys, kita-kits tayo doon this coming Friday, brother, no?
That's right.
Yes, yung link dito sa ibaba. So yung ano, yung ano ba yan?
Yun.
Yun yung nasa black and white na text dito. So voiceboxuniversity.com, and also
Correct.
you can get a free one-on-one consultation yung sa akin. Bonus ko na din siya sa inyo, tapos may
Uy,
mga paid courses din if you enroll that. Guys, isa talaga ako sa one of the students sa batch 1, kaya inimbitahan ko kayo dito sa batch 2 kasi nabago ni Brother na Josh and also the Voice Box team, yung company ko, tapos yung e-commerce business. Hindi lang yan, but also yung life ko with my kids and also with my family. So, pintuhan tayo doon, yung mga changes, yung mga nabago sa buhay ko, tapos sa mga tao na nabigyan ko ng impact. Thank you for
excited
that,
ako
brother.
sobra,
Thank you,
brother.
thank you.
Grabe.
Yun, andun yung link sa ibaba, guys. Check nyo na lang. Kasi
Yeah.
maraming bibitawan to si brother the Just doon. Bro, we all know your struggle based sa discussion natin simula kanina uh, sa career mo. How about in your own life? Anything that's outside your career?
Sorry, ano?
Yeah, kanina we discussed about yung struggles mo sa
Correct.
career as a speaker, gano'n.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about sa life mo, bro? Anything that's outside
Oh
sa
yeah.
career mo?
Oh yeah. Like I have a lot of struggles in my life. Yun nga din, bro, na when you live a life na, for example, negosyante ka, not everyone talks about, life anymore. Sa mastermind ka, konti lang yung mga tao na pag-uusapan nila na broken hearted ka. 'Di ba? But I had so many challenges, man. Sabi ko nga, one of the challenges that I had in personally in my life was in the aspect of my relationships, no. Yun talaga kasi I'm a very busy guy. Dumating sa time na I don't have time for the person that I'm dating, and it becomes a struggle. Like, alam mo yun, kasi ang laki ng goals ko eh. And sobrang laki na parang I will do this with or without people. But then right now I'm blessed to have a very amazing partner. No? Uh, but I understood na shit, you're gonna have to go through challenges in your life. Na akala mo, oh, grabe, ang bigat ng problema ko sa negosyo. Tapos, akala mo tapos na yun. Hindi. May buhay ka pa. Right? But I don't separate them. I think they're connected. No? Ako, everything that happens outside of us, as long as you don't get it inside you, you are good. Kasi everything that happens to you, it's not it's not random, no? Everything that happens to us is because of us. So I take full responsibility. Whatever happens to me, I take full responsibility. Okay, this is what's happening to me. That's my fault. The more that I put that na and this is what I learned. No, great leaders, they look in the mirror and they find something to tell themselves that it's their fault. They really criticize, like, why did this happen? That's what separates you from just being an ordinary person. It's when you take full responsibility of everything that happens around you. So yun.
All right. What is the biggest challenge na na-help mo sa mga clients mo, bro?
Biggest challenge
Yes.
that I had.
Yes.
Okay. Lack of communication. Communication's not met. Expectations not met. Okay? So ito yung expectations na ni client, expectations ko. And again, I take full responsibility for that. No? Dapat kasi kinommunicate ko, dapat dinocument ko, kulang sa documentation. And, client was not pleased. I was not pleased. But I told myself, wow, this is good learning. So, yun, hindi siya, hindi naging maganda yung partnership. But I learned something from that. I learned something from that talaga na, wow, you can still be professional. Kasi even yung client na yun, we're very good friends until now. But business, brother. Pero pagdating dito, friends pa rin tayo. Diba? So, pero natutunan ko yun. Everything is all about communication. Communicate, communicate, communicate.
Yun. What is the best advice na ma-offer mo sa mga nagsa-struggle sa business or leadership or sa e-commerce ngayon, lalo na yung mga newbie?
Well, okay, first you need to accept that struggle is a part of life. That's number one. Struggle is a part of life. Number two, you need to ask yourself, what am I specifically struggling with? If you can write that down, pwede yun. Number one, sulat mo, struggle is a part of life. Number two, sulat mo, teka lang, what am I really struggling with? Kasi when you're saying you're struggling ka saan? And then the more that you can be specific about it, the better. Halimbawa, no? What are you struggling with? Well, I'm struggling with my sales. Ask yourself 5 times why. 5 times why. Ito din tuturo ko dun sa level of leadership na. It's always 5 times why. The 5 whys. I'm struggling with my sales. Why? Sagot. And then why ulit? Why? Sagot. And then why? Sagot. Why? Sagot. And then last one, why? Yung pinakadulo nun, that's your root cause. Solve that.
Thank you sa idea, bro.
That's a root cause
Grabe.
root cause analysis yon, grabe.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for the great tip, bro. What was the hardest decision na you ever had to make?
Hardest. I like to make decisions fast. Uh, but one of the hardest was leaving employment and then risking full-time voice box. That was the hardest. Kasi may risk na eh. Nung time na yun, habang nagtatrabaho pa rin ako, I already had a few employees
Mga
while I
anong
was
taon
still
yun,
working.
bro? Mga anong taon yan?
I was just like, 22? Yeah. Ganun.
Okay.
So I was almost 5 years na din nun. So yeah, 22. 20, yeah. And sabi ko, okay, it's exciting. But I was doing it already. I was doing voice box already on the side. Pero dumating yung time na sabi ko, let's go full time. I just relied on my savings, ganon. And then, grabe. Na-push talaga ako nun. Hindi ka mapupush kung wala kang challenge eh. Totoo eh. Kasi alam mo yung like when you work out, pag nag-workout ka, minsan, akala mo, di ko na kaya. I remember, I enrolled sa gym and then this, the trainer that I had, inis ako sa kanya kasi, sige pa, kaya pa yan. Hindi na nga, kaya pa. Sige, hindi na kaya. Tas nakaya.
Kaya.
Tapos ang pagbaba ko ng barbell. Sabi ko sa'yo, kaya mo pa eh. It just goes to show na what you think your capacity is, it's not. Kung yung akala mong yun na, hindi pa. There's more. Meron ka pang hindi nalalabas. And it's up to you whether you're gonna quit, you're gonna drop it, or you're gonna condition your mind to think na hindi, kaya mo. Yun.
Awesome. Ano, bro, how many hours a day ka nagtatrabaho? Kasi imagine that kanina
Yeah.
online ka, marami kang ginagawa, you do masterclass. I think every single day may kinakausap kang
Mm,
tao. So,
yeah.
how many hours ka nagtatrabaho? Ilang oras
Depends
ka
on average.
nagtutulog?
Depende, but on average, like before I had a team, I was working like 16, 18 hours a day. Kasi, ay, meron ako nun eh. Ano, I call it post ko na lang yan. I call it the 10x schedule.
You
Hanapin
know?
ko nga yun. Ay, ang ganda nun, brother. Super. 10x schedule. And you know why I call it a 10x schedule? Kasi really, yun talaga yung, tumi 10x talaga ako dun. Um, as in, nakaschedule lahat, pati yung nap ko, nakaschedule yun. Meron akong 30 minutes na babe time. Ganun talaga yun.
30
Kaya ano
minutes
eh.
lang.
Oh, oh bro, kaya ano, kaya hindi tumatagal yung mga ano nung before.
Oo.
When you find someone na, alam mo yun, same din yung hustle, yung passion. Yan, blessing yun. Pero ang dulo nun is, ngayon, I get to work less. Siguro mga 12 hours minimum na lang. Ganun. Like around 12 hours, 13 hours, ganun. I think even sleeping is work. Sleeping is work, no? Sa mga hindi nakakalam. Guys, when you sleep, your body is at work. I love it. I don't like it when I'm not working. But I also enjoy going out and traveling. For me, when I travel, I'm working as well. Kasi ang mindset ko nun is, okay, all right, let me see the beauty of what God created. So, na-inspire ako.
So, bro ano, yung family ko ngayon nanonood sa atin, yung mga kamag-anak ko.
Nice!
Pag
Shout out to the
yun,
Roldan
family
family.
Roldan.
Woo!
Yan. Grabe, dito din yung wife ko. Panitingin ko, ano yung ano, tinitingnan mo? Nanonood pala sila sa atin.
Wow, nice to see you guys. Hello.
Yun. Yun nga, despite how many hours, 18, 16 hours ka nagtatrabaho every single day, paano ka kumukuha or nag-generate ng new ideas, bro?
Oh, okay. So, that's a good question. For me, how do I generate new ideas? For me, I really consume content. No? Because if you don't consume, you don't have inspiration. Eh. You have to be, before you become a producer, you gotta be a consumer. Diba? Like, bago tayo maging producer, naging consumer din naman tayo eh. Because, and then you tweak it. You tweak the ideas. So, ako, I get inspiration a lot. Number one, when I talk to people. Ayan, dito. Yung mga ganito, this is where I get inspiration. I can also consume when I talk to people. Ibig sabihin, I just listen to what they talk about. Yan ang mga mastermind. Sobrang importante yan. I watch videos, a lot of YouTube videos. I watch Grant Cardone, a lot of it. No, tapos, what else keeps me inspired? It's when I get to relax. One way that I do, no, ito yung pinaka bisyo ko, bro. Bisyo ko talaga, the only bisyo that I have, which is siguro mga twice a month lang, is I get a massage.
May
Papamasahe
bisyo
ako.
yun.
Yeah, oo, solid yan. And then habang nakapikit ako, yung mga I am affirmations akong pinakikinggan. Yung I am strong, I am capable, I am a money magnet. Yung ganun, affirmation, sobrang importante niyan. And
Dito
it
yun
just
bro
gives
sa
me
ano,
ideas. Ha?
nilagay ko sa ano, sa Spotify yun. Panay ko,
Yo!
pinakinggan yung pinrovide nyo dati, yung sa batch 1, yung mga
Ay,
I
yun yung
am.
pinapakita ko, yung
Oo,
pina-share ko sa inyo. Oh, grabe, share
oo,
ko yan.
yan bro.
Sobrang importante niyan eh. Grabe, like, kasi ito lahat yung mind natin, ano yan eh, bukas yan eh. Kaya nga yung tenga natin, di ba, may butas. Pwedeng pumasok dyan kahit ano eh. It's up to you kung ano yung i-close mo, kung ano ipapapasukin mo eh. So, if feeling mo, teka lang, I'm running out of ideas, ito yung question, are you feeding your mind? Reading a book also gives you a lot of ideas. When you start reading a book, ito right now, super exciting to kasi mag-e-event to. That's what I'm reading.
Wow.
Psych
You know guys, screenshot
experiments.
nyo na.
Ha?
Grabe, so, screenshot nyo na guys. Grabe, solid yun.
Oo, like, iba-iba. Like, but this is a practical textbook, no? Parang, it just gives me an idea of how people think. Paano mag-isip yung mga tao.
Yun 'no. Thank you bro, thank you. Na-appreciate ko yung ano, sagot mo. Bro, 'di ba karamihan sa mga e-commerce, yung mga successful na, maraming sasakyan, maraming pera, gano'n. For you bro, how do you define success?
I love that. Super love that. Okay, so una, I define it for myself, not for anyone else. No, and this is because this is what I choose to believe in. For me, real success is if I die today, I get to see the Lord sasabihin niya, well done, my good and faithful servant. Yun lang, yun lang. Yun lang talaga na when I leave this earth, I know I have not just riches here dito, but also
Oo,
riches in heaven. Kasi lahat ng nandito nabubulok eh. Pero ayoko din naman, ayoko maging mahirap dito. As a matter of fact, I want to be so rich, super rich in this world so that I can do a lot of things, so that I can help a lot of people. But it doesn't mean I will put my heart there. Kasi where your heart is, your treasure is as well. 'Di ba?
grabe. Yes,
So, yun eh. Parang sabi ko, okay, yeah, it's there. Pero, what's the end goal? What's something, gusto ko yung maglalast. Gusto ko yung magtatagal. And, for me, riches na hindi mo makikita is yung joy, love, and peace. That's success. When you get to a certain point that you have money, for example, I was coaching one of um my team, no. For example, okay, what if I have my 100,000 na? May 100,000 na. Yung dating inakala mong gustong-gusto mo, pag nandiyan na, you're gonna ask yourself, okay, nandito na, ano lang next? Kapag wala kang strategy, wala kang desire to use it the right way, once it's there, ano nang next? Nakakatakot. Because now you're living life in prison out of those material wealth. Now, I'm not saying that buying stuff is wrong. No, I love buying stuff. I enjoy it. No, actually, no, I don't. What do I buy? I like traveling. So I like going to places. Although hindi na ako nakaka-travel masyado. But when I'm somewhere na na-enjoy ako, I just absorb it. I just embrace it. I just feel it like that. And it's amazing. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. I think that's what success is when you have real joy, and it's the feeling that when you die, you're secured. Hindi lang insurance ha. Pero yung literally, that when you go to heaven, you're gonna be like, wow, I did my part. It's living life without regrets. Yeah.
grabe. Super inspirational yun bro. Alam mo ba bakit yung, ah parang ngayon bro, ikaw lang yung pina-follow ko about sa leadership. Lahat ng mga training ko kasi dati international at yung iba mga Pinoy din. Pero isa sa reason bakit mas nagustuhan kita, honestly lang bro, paminsan
Sure,
lang ako
sure. Sige,
nagko-compare.
sige. Kikiligin
Paminsan lang
ako
ako
dyan ah.
nagko-compare. Kasi ano, pinagsama mo kasi yung kung saan ka magaling sa career mo, tapos pinagsama mo pa si Lord. Yung iba kasi, ito ha, totoong-totoo 'to, kasi yung iba ini-explain lang nila kung ano yung galing or kung saan lang sila magaling. Marami silang pera, successful sila, pero wala si Lord, eh. Ito talaga yung taong dapat kong i-follow. So yung dati nag-enroll ako sa mga classes mo, gano'n. Because that is the best investment. Alam niyo ba guys, never akong bumili ng, courses sa ano, sa Pinoy. Dati yung sinabi ko sa inyo mga international yun. Sa'yo
Na
lang bro
local, na
kasi
local.
oo, na local. Napaka the best, grabe. Yun,
How did you make that decision pala? Did someone call you or what?
ano wala ano bro, nakita
Nag-enroll
ko
ka lang
sa
nun, no?
yes, sa mga ano mo, sa mga videos mo bro
Post.
kung paano mo tinansform yung mga tao. Kasi
Yeah.
bihira yun, eh, bihira yung iba kasi nagsasalita lang pero wala namang maipakitang like, tao na nagsasucceed talaga based sa mga tinuturo, gano'n. Meron man pero ano, parang hindi ko na-feel, eh. Meron kasi akong guts bro na ito talaga tama 'to.
Okay,
Meron akong
okay.
gano'n, eh. Kung
Yeah, okay.
kung may mga decision ako na na ginagawa, parang nafi-feel ko siya honestly lang. yung kaba na masarap, masarap na
Mm,
kaba,
mm.
yung gano'n. Meron kasing kaba na kinakabahan ka na wala kang magawa kundi kabahan ka lang. Pero yung may kaba ako na parang
Yeah,
gusto ko, yung
right.
gano'ng desire. So yun, yun yung ano, yun yung first, impression ko ng nag-enroll sa'yo bro, which is grabe, super solid and
Wow.
best investment so far.
I love it.
Bro,
I
ano, ito
appreciate it.
curious ako, ano, how to stay on top, ah, with all of these arising entrepreneurs? Yun.
Oy, ganda niyan. Ganda niyan. Okay, unang-una, always look for something that only you can do.
Yun, no?
Yeah, always look for something na ikaw lang nakakagawa. Wag na wag mo nga alisin si Lord doon sa equation. Kasi siya, ibibigay niya sa yung wisdom eh. Ibibigay niya sa yung wisdom kung ano yung dapat magawin. Tama yung sinabi mo, bro. There are a lot of people that they're saying na, oh, okay, oy, ganon, ganon. Actually, in my space, no, I'm an infopreneur. Eh. Ibig sabihin, I make business out of information. Diba? So that's what we do. We don't sell, we physical products, we're mga merch lang, no, here and there. Pero mostly it's like digital products. And there are a lot of people who are doing that na din. There are a lot of people na ganun na din ginagawa. You got some people teaching leadership as well, sales, madami na din. But the question is, how do you stay on top? I think the real question should be, how do you stay on top for yourself, not for them. Okay? Kasi when you try
Nagustuhan
to
ko yun.
stay, yeah, when you try to stay on top, that means you see others sa baba. That means you're trying to have a mindset that someone needs to win, the others have to lose. Kumbaga, ang mindset mo ngayon is, okay, isa lang pwedeng manalo. Ikaw dapat talo ka. You are now competing rather than dominating. For me, domination is you focus so much on yourself that you don't care about what others are doing. You just focus on what you're doing. And I believe no one can compete with me. No one can compete with me. They can't beat me. And if tatanungin nila ako why, it's because I don't want you to lose. I want to see you win. I want to see you win as well. Hindi mo ako matatalo. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman kita tatalunan eh. Gusto din kita
Maganda
makitang
yun,
manalo. Gusto kita makita manalo. I want us both to win. If you're doing the same thing that I'm doing and you're helping people, congrats. At least mas madami tayong natutulungan. Hindi naman ako mauubusan ng tao eh. There's 8 billion people in the world. Bakit ako matatakot? So you have that mindset na there's abundance. Majority of people, hala. But of course, you have to always innovate. The word is innovate. Innovate,
you know,
innovate, 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 innovate. What is it that you're doing right now that other people cannot do? Other people do not have. Embrace that, yakapin mo yan, and do it again. Yan.
yun. Despite, sa competition, no? Grabe, maganda yan, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ito bro, ano, last question na kasi I know
Sure.
na meron ka pang, masterclass or session
Oo, meron
after
nga
this.
ngayon, 8 o'clock, meron silang orientation. Pero habol lang naman ako. Susunod lang naman ako doon. Papanoorin ko lang sila.
Thank you for that talaga, bro. Ano, what would you say are the, let's say, top 3 skills na needed to be successful in it?
Mhm.
Successful entrepreneur or sa leadership?
Okay. All right. So, number one, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have the skill of communication. 100%. Kailangan yan. Communication is not just speaking. Communication is also listening, understanding, and then finding the right words to reply. That's communication. Number two, you need to have the skill of leadership. Leadership, hindi yan, oh, okay, leader na ako, pinanganak akong leader. No, pwede mo yung matutunan. You can develop that. So ask yourself, am I a good leader already? And I think the last skill is the skill of sales. If you want to be a great entrepreneur, sales, communication, leadership, and sales. Those are the 3 things na kailangan mo matutunan. If you can sell, if you know how to sell, you can live anywhere. That's it. If you knew how to sell, you can live anywhere and survive anywhere. Tatlong skills. Communication, leadership, and sales. Which, all in all, lahat yon, that's actually Yun din yung tatlong programs na meron kami. We have programs in communication, leadership, and sales. There. Yun,
Yun,
sana
no?
makapunta rin ako. Yeah, of course, of course. Go ahead. Click the link. I hope we can put a link, no? That's voicepunksuniversity.com or chat nyo lang si Coach Kirk mismo sa mga gustong sumama sa masterclass. Promise. I don't need to sell this to you. Hindi na namin kailangan ibenta. Pero if you're ready to transform your business, go chat us. Best investment that you can ever have. Promise namin yan. Best investment that you can ever have. I-chat mo din si Coach Kirk or mismo PM nyo ako, no? May konti pang slots, no? We're keeping this very exclusive. Hindi siya yung masang event. Hindi to masang event, no? Kasi, remember bro, ilang kayo ng last time nung batch 1 nyo?
100 plus yun ata eh. Mga 100. I don't know the
I think,
exact, pero
yung batch 1 was like around, I think mga nasa 40 kayo? 60 ba?
yung batch 1, ano
Oo,
yung,
madami.
marami kami yun bro, sa batch 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Iba,
So,
iba siguro yung ano, yung training na
yeah.
mga 40 siguro. Iba yun.
Right, right. Pero no, but we keep it at that level kasi 'di ba may mga partner kayo, naalala mo?
Oo, partner. Yan yung isa
Yeah.
sa gusto ko.
Ay,
So,
nako.
mas maganda yun kasi face to face, di ba?
But, oo, super yan. Kasi grabe guys, hindi lang to seminar na nakaupo ka, tapos di ba may mga PowerPoint, magsusulat ka lang. Hindi. Di ba? Di ba, Coach Kirk? Sobrang iba siya.
Believe me guys, kasi ano, hindi ka lang talaga manunood, but you need to cooperate, you need to
Kahit,
write,
kahit mahiyain ka pa, mawawala yung hiya mo pag nandun ka.
Yun nga, kahit ako ngayon, panay bulol or hindi ko talaga talent to guys, pero nawala yung ano, hiya ko dahil kay Brother Dan George. So kaya ako ngayon nag-interview sa kanya.
I love it. I love it. And you're doing very good dito sa podcast mo. Itutuloy mo to, di ba, brother?
Yes, itutuloy ko to
Yun.
bro. Yes. Ano bro, before we end bro, ano yung mensahe mo sa mga nanonood ngayon?
All right. So number one, no matter where you are right now, no matter what it is you're doing, nasang level ka na ng negosyo mo, nasang level ka na ng buhay mo, I want you to understand this. You will always have a season. Whatever season you're in, keep watering that. Diligan mo lang sarili mo. Just keep watering yourself. Keep nurturing yourself. Bigyan mo ng sustansya yung sarili mo, just like a seed. Tulad ng isang buto na tinanim, you're like a seed planted on the ground. Keep nurturing yourself. Keep watering yourself. Eventually, makikita mo yung sarili mo dahan-dahang tumutubo. Don't compare others. Don't compare yourself to others. Nakikita mong, oh, may bunga na sila, ikaw wala pa. That's okay. That is your season. You have no idea what you're capable of. Do not be discouraged if you feel like, oh, why is it taking so long? Bakit ang tagal ng resulta ko sa buhay? The only time you fail is when you quit. The only time you fail is when you quit. So 2 words, keep going. 2 words, keep going. And of course, no matter how loud, how crazy yung mga ingay sa paligid natin, I always tell people this, be louder. Be louder. No matter how loud the negativities are, how crazy the noise is, people telling you na, hindi mo kaya yan. Stop it. Hanggang dyan ka lang, hanggang dito ka lang. No matter how crazy that noise is sa tenga mo, be louder. Be louder. That's it, Coach Kirk. Salamat sa lahat ng
Yun
mga
no?
nanood dito.
Grabe. Sa mga interested guys to be one of the louder students, so punta lang kayo dito sa voiceboxuniversity.com or PM nyo na voicebox doon sa page nila or dito sa website na to guys or PM nyo lang ako. So Brother Jones, thank you so much talaga dito bro, na-appreciate ko.
Thank you.
Salamat ako mismo sa ganitong training. So, bro, see you dun sa sa class ha. See you guys sa mga nanonood. Thank you.
Yun.
Grabe, 132. Wow.
Love
Facebook,
that.
Instagram,
Message me, guys. Message
Twitter,
me. Hit me up. We're gonna help you.
YouTube.
Kasi I think we have only, I think 20 slots left. 20 slots left. No. So to everyone who wants to join, guys, there's an opportunity for you to join. Grab it as low as I think 50,000 pesos. You can be part of that 3-day masterclass. Best investment that you can
Best
ever make.
investment yan.
Kailan yung huling beses na gumastos ka ng 50K? Kailan yung huling beses na gumastos ka ng 65K sa ads, 80K sa ads, tapos nasunog lang? 'Di ba? Ito, pag nag-invest ka dito, hindi masusunog to. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi habang buhay ka, yung ROI mo tuloy-tuloy. Think about that. Habang buhay ka, yung ROI mo, which is yung sarili mo, tuloy-tuloy yan. The only time na wala ka nang kikitain from this investment is kapag patay ka na. And alam ko matagal pa yan. So, stop thinking about it. PM nyo lang ako. Hindi ako suplado, guys. PM me. Gusto talaga kitang tulungan. I'm gonna let one of my coaches assist you. Pero ano na, we got 1 day left. Kayang-kaya yan. If ito yung pinaka-baliw na decision na ginawa nyo, then gawin nyo na. Kung feeling nyo, taga lang, short notice naman, okay lang, do it anyway. 'Di ba? Naalala mo yung bata pa tayo, 'di ba? Bigla kang mangayayaan ng tropa natin, gawin mo na ito 'yon. Imagine mo na niyaya ka sa isang bakasyon. Gawin mo ng bakasyon to and I promise you, this is going to be the best investment that you will ever make in your life. Thank you so much.
Grabe, grabe. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming here, for joining here. Appreciate ko yon. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take care. Have a good night.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.